Hello guys, this is Mansi Kambati and I'm one of the team member with NPTE StudyBuddy group. Today we are going to cover one of the success story, a student who recently passed the exam and now is a licensed physical therapist in USA. Let me introduce here Leah Macalma. Leah, please join in.
Hi guys, my name is Macalma. I am a newly licensed physical therapist here in US. I am based in North Carolina. I'm originally from the Philippines, so I'm basically born and raised Filipino.
Great. Philippines, wow. So tell us what brought you here in from the Philippines?
So moving here wasn't really my plan. Neither is it for my families. We just have we were just lucky enough to have that immigration privilege that is processed by my aunt. So I was able to come in here and continue my dream profession and serve the others that are in need of my help in here in US.
Oh, great. That's great point. So tell us, when did you come here and how did this all started? So did you complete your bachelor's, like your degree here or back in Philippines?
So I finished my degree back home. We migrated here with my family 2 months after my graduation. So that's when my journey started in here.
Oh, good. So how do you feel like about your journey overall? Was it special or was it different?
I would say it was that special. It's just that it's quite different than the others, especially when we're talking about the process and the length, the duration of waiting, of having to sit and have the eligibility to take that exam. It was pretty different than the other students from what I've heard from their stories. Because in mine, it took me almost 3 years to have that elicit for the exam.
Wow, 3 long
And
years.
yeah, that's right. And during those times, I need to take when I submitted my credential for to FCCPT, they had me to when the result came out, they had me going for different classes. So I need to take 9 different classes from 7 different universities all at once. And during those times, I also needed to pay for my own tuition fees. So I worked 3 jobs all at the same time. So basically, during my regular week, I'll be working as dietary technician. And after that, on the afternoon, when I came out from there, I'll work as a babysitter from 5 to 10 in the evening, mostly most of the week. And then during the weekends and some weekdays as well, I believe, I'll work as a secretary or assistant for my aunt's boutique.
Oh my God, that's a lot of jobs. So are there
Yeah.
like more than 40 hours were you working? So when did you get the time for study then?
So what I would basically do is I would bring my stuff when I go to work. I have my backpack with my books and notes in there. Whenever I have a break time, I'll choose to just read while I eat or take my break. And during at nights, even though I don't have quite a lot of time to rest or just sleep, sometimes I don't even sleep at all. I would just choose to study and then just rest whenever I have time and when I feel like I'm already sustained with enough information that I needed for the day.
That's good. That's good. So when you started your journey, was there any help? How did you started it? Like what was the first step you started with once you got your clearance to take the exam?
So when I got my eligibility to sit for the exam, the first thing that I did is contact a friend and ask for a help to look for a group or review class that I could join. So it'll be easier for me to study. So, but suddenly, uh, unfortunately, to be said so, is that I joined a group that wasn't sufficient and that wasn't that helpful for me because it feels like I wasted $800 of my hard-earned money. And with that review class, it was always things that is I'm figuring things out by myself. It's like I'm still doing the same thing. It's just that I paid $800 for other people to see me do it by myself.
Wow, that's a big amount of money with that type of a
Yes.
class, I guess. I guess,
That's right.
when did you find us, and what is the difference did you find it?
So I find NSB with from one of my co-internship before back home. There were some of them that are following your group on Facebook. So I saw Miss Ankita's post about uh, how you guys are helping and how does the review class work. So I got intrigued, so I asked her questions to how the process, how does it work. And when I finally joined the NSP, it was quite different, actually very different in a very good way too.
Right.
So when I joined NSB, and I had the first class with Sir Ankit with his MSK class, during those time I figured that it was something that I needed. During the class, we were able to ask questions that aren't clear for us, questions that we couldn't figure things for ourselves, that I wasn't able to do so on my previous class before. So it was pretty helpful for me. Yeah.
That's wonderful. Guys, let me clear you up. NSB is a short form of NPT Study Buddy. This is the first time I'm hearing too, but yes, I figured it out. NSB. It's a nice name, guys. All right. So, was the live lectures enough for you, or is there anything else that you liked it?
For me, the live classes was pretty good, but I don't think it was enough for me. It was good for the others, those that are can go through the studying all by themselves. And also, I figured things that could other help me is I tried to be to enrolled in mentorship under the help of Miss Pooja. So with that. I was able to join with other students. We do discussions and sessions every night that we are free and she's free of work and other stuff. With that, I was able to clear things up, not just with her class that she's handling, but with all the other classes that are included in the exam. We got questions and discussions also during the daytime with the students. So it was pretty good that we can do that every day, so we can really not just understand things, but we also memorize it by heart. So and also before the exam, there's this thing they call a strategy class, which basically help us figure how does the real examination happens. What do we need to do to figure which is the correct answer, how to choose it, and how to understand the STEM. And it was pretty helpful, especially when you're about to take the examination. It'll help you understand which should the area you should focus on before the exam. Which area are you lacking at?
NPT Study Buddy group, we always keep trying something different each time. This time, we definitely did the review classes for the first time, and we have received a lot of positive reviews about it. I'm
Yes,
glad
ma'am.
that it was helpful to you as well.
Mm.
Um, so, apart like this whole thing that you did the class and everything, do you want to share any special tips to the students who are going to take the NPT exam soon?
So for those, I got two tips. One is for those who are already enrolled in NSB or NPTE Study Buddy, and for those who are not yet and still thinking about it, maybe still figuring it out by themselves. So for the first one, for those students who are part of the NSB, you guys are in a pretty good hands. Just keep on going, keep on pushing. Just always take their guidance and their points by heart. Just try to not understand things all by yourself. Ask questions if you have some. That's gonna help you a lot, especially if you think it's really gonna ruin your score on the exam. And for those not yet enrolled in NSP, all I can say is if you guys are still looking for some help and still thinking that which group or should I just do it by myself, when you think that you really are lacking at some area or still having trouble in understanding things, I would suggest that you guys join the NSP, because it will really boost your confidence in taking the examination, and it would basically just help you in all the areas that you needed to understand for the exam.
Wonderful. Wonderful tip, I would say. Definitely, there are a lot of students who take the exam by themselves and pass as well. Um, but taking any review classes, which might be able to help you in a multiple ways, makes your ride smoother. That's what I would say. So
Yes,
it's a wonderful tip, Leah. Thank you so much for being here.
you're welcome, ma'am. Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure.
Thank you. Bye bye.